This this is my Mini Cooper S R53 from 2002. It's got a 1.6 liter supercharged four-cylinder engine in it, which is just a normal engine. But yeah, I'm just making this video to show the car, show what I've done and stuff. Share little stories, not nothing special. Yeah, cause I just want to. So I might as well just go straight in with the information, I guess. And before I show the fitment, I mean like the specs or whatever, I'll just show you the engine. It's nothing special at all. Um, uh, it's just one tiny modification, but it's not really an engine modification. It's more suspension stuff. And yeah, I'll show it off and tell you some stuff about it if I can. I don't know too much about my car, really. Yeah. So yeah, it's a very interesting looking engine. I mean, like engine bay, I guess. It's very very short. It goes kind of far up, but yeah, very distinct. If you know how this engine looks like, you always be able to tell. Because of I don't think that's the intercooler. Fuck, I don't know the name of it. The cooler, whatever, air cooler. Very, I mean that's the first thing you see when you look at this car. And yeah, if you hear it, obviously the supercharger is here. It's obviously factory. I haven't done anything to it. Sadly, I wanna get a pulley on it, like a reduced pulley. I think something with I wanna go ridiculous, but I'm kind of scared that it breaks. So I might, instead of like going for like a 20 or like, I don't know. I mean, I probably won't go for a 20 even though I really want to. Like a 20% reduced pulley. I think I might go for 17 or 15. So a lot of people just probably won't tell much because they don't have a mini. or can be bothered modifying a supercharger. I mean, I haven't done it either yet, so I can't really say much. Yeah. So the only modification I've done is this strut bar. So it's obviously not really engine stuff. It's just suspension stuff. Makes the car really hard. It's that was the first thing I did with the car. I mean, like modification wise, and it makes such a difference. The car, like when it's completely normal, when there's no modification at all, it already drives really nice. Like it's very hard suspension. It feels like people say like a go-kart. Um, it goes around corners so nice. But pretty much no body roll already. But then if you just put the strut bar on, it's already so hard. Yeah, you won't believe it, but you feel such a difference. I would recommend, if you don't have a strut bar, get a strut bar for your car. If you just want a sportier feel, it's. I mean, it's not the cheapest, I guess, but like 100, 200, you can get a strut bar easily for basically any car, really any car. Like you could get it for like a Toyota Camry or something. Um, but yeah, so I recommend doing that. It makes it a lot more fun to drive as well because the car is harder, and the steering, it just makes it feel fast. Even though, and even I mean, it's not a slow car, I would say. Not fast like very like some other cars, but it's not slow. Um, I would say, I guess. Um, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, just saying I recommend putting on a strut bar to your car. Like I just said, it makes such a difference. It's really nice. And yeah, the car feels a lot harder. So it reduces body roll a lot. It's really cool. But yeah, otherwise there's nothing I've done. I replaced I didn't really replace it. My dad did. I'm not a mechanic, so can't really do that much. But my dad replaced the oil pan of this car because of me, because I'm an idiot. Because when I lowered the car, when I lowered the car, I guess. Um, that's it. By the way, it's very low. But when I loaded the car, the first night I drove it, like the same day that we did it, we did the car. I went out with my friend. Oh, wait, it's not closed properly. Whatever, I'll leave it like this. Who cares? Um, for now at least. Um, yeah, the first night I drove it, I went out with my friend. We just went for a drive, really nice. And yeah, then let's say there was a speed bump, and I drove over it a bit too fast, and that cracked my open. I felt like I went flying. Think I drove like 50 or 60 over it, but because it was lowered, and I mean the speed bump was pretty high as well. I hate speed bumps. It's the dumbest shit. So that's just destroy a car. They make everything expensive. They're not good for anything. You just crash. Imagine you don't see a speed bump. You have to brake really fast, and the car behind you drives into you or something. It's stupid. Or like you spill your drink that's in there because you don't see a stupid speed bump. It hasn't happened to me yet. None of these two have happened to me yet, but they probably will at some point. It's really annoying. I hate them. But yeah. So I had then after I hit the speed bump, it was totally fine. It went completely fine. No signs of any oil leaking or anything, at least for someone with my mechanical experience, I guess. But so I drove it home then because I pretty much crashed my car, and it drove perfectly fine. Like I mean, like the way it was before driving before I crashed it, kind of. And yeah, so the next morning, I mean, I was very worried. And the next morning, I came out to my car just to take a look, and the whole driveway where I was parked, the whole driveway was full of oil. Well, not the whole driveway. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I put sand over it and stuff so to get it away, but obviously there's still marks on the driveway from the oil. If I remember, I'll show the driveway. Probably the last thing I'll do. Yeah, because it's bad. Um, yeah, so. Yeah, so that's all I've done. That's all that's really happened with the engine. So now I go get into the fitment, I guess. Um, so obviously these are not the normal rims, and this is not the normal suspension. The normal rims are over here. I got a spare one because it took over 11 weeks to get these rims, and the stock rims are under here. You can't really. It's hard to get there. I can try. Yeah, you can't really see it on camera. I can see a bit, but nah, I can't do anything, especially not with one hand. Yeah, but so these are the rims. These are 17-inch rims. Oh, sorry for my hand. These are 17-inch rims. The Hustler rims I bought them from Aussie Tires for 1.6, I think, because I went for the cheapest tire because I didn't have that much money. But then it took, because I didn't order these exact ones, I ordered gold ones, like in the middle was gold, because I thought white is a bit boring. So I went with gold. I wanted to be a bit different. But because they were on shipping or something, custom order, I had to wait for them to arrive, and I waited 11 weeks. It said 4 to 6 weeks originally. But then we called after, I think, 6 weeks. We called Aussie Tires, and they said, we're still waiting on them. And 5 weeks later, I think we called them 2 weeks later again because they said they should maybe come in 2 weeks. But yeah, so after 11 weeks, maybe even 12 weeks, I think it was pretty sure it was 11 weeks of waiting. We called them and said, if they're still not coming, obviously, so if possible, we just take these ones because they're already in stock, so we wouldn't have to wait for shipping. And yeah, they turned out really nice. So I got, and these were actually more expensive. These would have cost 1.8k, and I only paid 1.6k. If I went for better tires, with the other one, it would probably be 1.7. But still, we got more expensive the rims at the end because we asked them if we can change rims, and they said, yeah, of course, because we've been waiting for 11 weeks, so they actually gave us some compensation. We got these wheels for cheaper. We saved like $200. Got better tires. I got monster tires, and before I bought some shit tires. So that's all. Where does it say monster? Yeah, there. So I don't know what. I don't know. It doesn't Street series. I don't know if that tells anyone anything. But these are definitely better tires, and they grip really nice. That's so good. And they gave us a spare rim as well, so really nice. I would recommend Aussie tires. They're pretty good. Just make sure, just make sure not to wait a whole 11 weeks, because that's a long time. You know, I've had to wait for this with this car. The whole time I've been waiting. Also, I forgot to say, I think these are 30 offset, if that's what you're here for, what you watch. So they're they're pretty far out for a Mini. It looks really nice. Especially from far out, it looks even nicer, especially because it's so low. Yeah, it's really low. Also, the stupid gap now, because it didn't close properly, is a bit annoying. Makes it look shit. But yeah, still, yeah, still nice. Yeah. So these are 30 offset, 17-inch diameter rims. Yeah. The original rims are also 17 offset, but I'm pretty sure they were no, not 17 offset. I'm sorry, 17-inch diameter, but they were 48 offset. So, or ET 48 if you don't know what offset is for some reason. Yeah. So that's the specs for the rims. If you want the same fitment, these are the same. These just when you go lower on the rear ones for some reason it and you don't adjust the camber, the camber really goes like this, like really negative camber. Yeah, it's not the fitment on the back is not as nice as the front. It just doesn't go as low with my suspension. By the way, my suspension is an H&R suspension. I actually still got the packaging. So yeah, yeah, it's not very helpful to look at this, I guess, but here it is. It's very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So that's obviously my coilovers. I bought coilovers, so I didn't buy springs. I bought coilovers. So just saying, I think I bought them for like 1.2, maybe 1.4, but I had to pay like I think 300 with taxes, like from import taxes. So that kind of sucked. But or maybe it was 200 or something. I don't remember. It's been quite a while now. So yeah, but I couldn't put the suspension on for like a whole 11 weeks because when we put them on first, they didn't fit with the original rims. The rims on 48 offset don't fit with the suspension for some reason. Even though the suspension is made for this car. So I don't know why that's like that. It's a bit shit, but that's fine. You can also get spacers if you don't want to get rims with offset. I recommend just getting rims, especially if you're in a country where spacers are illegal. In Australia, they're illegal. That's what I know. So going with offset was the safe, better idea, even though it's illegal still. So it doesn't really matter. I could have probably just gone with spacers anyway, but who cares? This looks great, so like I don't regret anything. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say again. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to make a. I just realized I'm really low on space. Annoyingly, I don't know. I just cleared out everything, so I don't know why I'm low on space. But I'm just gonna have to upload this video and then I'll continue from where I stopped. So this is part 1, I guess, and I'll show you part 2 in a second. Or like, yeah, whenever you watch it, I don't know.